Hi, welcome. I'm Candy Michael and super excited to be here today. I am going to be showing you a really easy graduation scrapbook page. I'm doing a 12 by 12 and using some of the Stampin' Up! Awesome black and white DSP. And I will also be doing a graduation card with a little pocket so you can add some money or a gift card. So it'll be like a little gift card holder. But I'm using it with a photograph. I love taking pictures, and I know all of you do too. And we sometimes just need to print them and get them off of our phones and off our cameras and print them out and use them. So I'm very, very excited to share with you what I have in line for you today. So thank you for joining me. I'm flipping through my catalog to find where our Stitch Star dies are. So as soon as I find that, I'll let you know what page that's on. There they are. Page 183 in our annual catalog. Hi, Debbie Blake. By the way, thank you so much for my cute cards that you sent me. I really appreciate it, and they're adorable. Hi, Catherine. Glad you're watching. So these are the Stitch Stars that I'll be using on the graduation page, and I'll use a couple on our graduation card as well. And I am also using the well-written dies that will be retiring. I have used these so much and definitely have gotten my money's worth out of it. Hi, June. Hi, Deborah or Deb. Glad you guys could join me. We do have a retired list that is out and available for our annual catalog. And soon we'll be having our new annual catalog that I'll be able to share with you, but not just yet. I will also be showing you our playful dies, and these are, I use them a lot as well. I'm a big scrapbooker, so that's why I like to share my scrapbooking pages with you. I know not everybody scrapbooks, but you know, sometimes it's kind of fun to even do something special. You don't have to make it 12 by 12. You can make it a little smaller. All right, onward to the scrapbook page. So I am using the True Love DSP that Stampin' Up! Has in our mini catalog right now. And it's all black and white. I'm going to pull it out of this paper pack. It's really, really pretty. It's black and white. And I was looking at it earlier today and thinking it's more like guys on this side, even if you like the polka dots, and girls on this side. It's very floral on the one side, and again, there's just some nice patterns to work with on the other side. So you can use this paper for so many different projects. And I know that for scrapbooking, a lot of times I'm trying to find something that's simple or something for the guys. I have 2 boys, so constantly looking for more masculine products. So this one here is on page 11 in our mini catalog, and it will be going away. But I'm telling you, I love the black and white designer paper, and our Stampin' Up! Paper is really nice. Hi, Paula. Thank you. Happy Easter. Happy Easter, everyone. Gosh, we're almost there. I love it. Okay, so let me set my dies aside for now. I've already cut everything out, and I have it sitting right in front of me. So let me go ahead and show you my scrapbook pages. Now, I have a feeling I need to lift my camera up. So let me see if I can do it without, I may have to swing it a minute here. There we go. I just think I'm going to need a little more space. Now you'll be able to see what I'm actually doing. All right, let's get this. You know what? I'm going to pull this paper out from behind and just work on my table. So I'm using our 12 by 12 Stampin' Up! 12 by 12, the white. And I do love our white paper. We did just go to a basic white is what it's called, because if you were used to working with our Whisper White, it is no longer available, but we've gone with basic white, and it's it's perfect. I love it. So I cut one of the sheets that we have in there, obviously, cut it right in half. So it's 6 inches by 12 inches. And I found this just to be a very nice and easy layout. So if you are a scrapbooker and sometimes you just need something fun and simple, this is going to be it. Now this glue that I use, I don't want to come too far to the top because I'm going to slide some cardstock behind it. But this glue that I use is our monoliquid glue, and it is acid free, so you can use it in your scrapbooking. And you know, I do like it. Sometimes I'll use some of the other adhesives that we have, but I do like it for my scrapbooking as well, because sometimes when I'm laying out large pieces like this, it's very simple for me to do. So I cut some of our basic black, and this one is just, I only needed a little bit to go behind. So I cut it at 3/4 of an inch. You can do an inch. You could do even smaller than that if you want. But I just needed to have a little piece on the top to give it a nice little, I'm trying to see what you guys see in my camera here, to give it a nice little edge. So I am simply going to just tuck this underneath very carefully to not get glue everywhere. And I just want a nice little border showing. About like that. That looks perfect. All right, this piece is 12 inches by 2.5 inches, and this is going to get glued on down here. I will wait to glue this part on until I get my pictures, and then that way we can kind of see where it is I want to put that. So my first pictures that I'm going to lay down here are going in this direction. And these are going to be laid out here, so I can kind of pull this up a little bit. I want some of the black showing, and I just got glue on that. So that will be the bottom. I will just go ahead and cover that right up. So you see how I work with my glue. Alrighty, I'm just going to put this down and make sure that that's about where I want it. Sure, that looks really good to me. Pull it up just a smidge. But I think that looks fine. Hi, Dina. Because you can... Yes, you can. Black and white is so awesome because you can add a little more color if you want. All right, so this is my nephew, Kyle. And he actually graduated. You're going to see when I glue down the year. He actually graduated back in 2010. And so when I was coming up with a scrapbook page, these pictures just happened to be right on the shelf in my 2 scrapbook pile. So I grabbed them and ran with it and said, this is perfect for what I'm doing for you guys today. So I hope you enjoy seeing my nephew, Kyle. He went out to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo out in California. So like I said, this was back in 2010. So we are celebrating Kyle today. Here is another piece that I'm going to add here, but let me go ahead. I'm just going to glue these on. I'm not even putting a border on them. I'm telling you guys, this is a nice and simple scrapbook page for anybody to do. And it can be any layout. It doesn't have to be graduation. It can really be any kind of a layout that you might want. It's a nice masculine page. But the black and white and graduation is not far away. I thought this would be a nice little project for you. I struggled today trying to figure out what I was going to make for you guys. So, like I said, I'm always game for something with photographs, and I can't wait for you to see the graduation card. Okay, so this is what I do. You like it? All right, so I'm going to set this aside for 1 minute. So when I was going through the photographs, I needed something to go in this area. And this was perfect for me. And I did cut it. This one is 3.5 by 4. So then when I cut my picture, I cut this one. Did I cut this too small? No, I cut it just like a 1/4 inch shorter. But I'm gluing it on like this. There was a really cool photo that I had of the stadium where we were. And it just had all this signage underneath it with all these weird colors of people that were advertising. And I didn't want it all in there. So I chopped it off and I'm going to make it fit right over the top. And it looks like it's all part of the photo. So that's how I do things when I don't really want all the other stuff on there. So that's what I did. So we will go ahead and just glue this on. And I cut it down to make sure it would all fit. Now let me hold this up for a second because that looks crooked. Maybe I cut the bottom a little crooked. It's all right. I'm not worried. So now this will go right up on top and I can bring it right down by Kyle's hand. Again, this is my nephew Kyle. And yes, he graduated quite a long time ago. If he saw me doing this, he'd be cracking up right now. And Candy, that was 2010. Well, I have a lot of scrapbooking to catch up on. And I love to scrapbook. I just find it so relaxing and fun. And it makes me put on my creative cap. Okay. So now this picture is going to just go right here. And I am going to pop it up. Give it a little dimension. I love adding dimension to all my projects. So with this one, it'll be just this photograph on this side that I will pop. So let me take all of these papers off of the back. And I just realized that my trash can is across the room because I emptied it. So I'll set those aside for now. All right. Now we will pop this up. And I will... I think I'm going to center that. It's so much fun because you can change your mind at the last minute anytime you want because it's your project. Look, you guys, page number 1 is done. I have more to add to it, but as far as my photos and my layout, it's done. I will be adding some of the stars on here and a couple of words to make it all come alive, but super fast. These pictures, I did have to cut down a little bit on the sides because they would have been 4 inches. So I had to cut them down to 3 3/4 so that I could make them fit across here. But you don't have to if you have something smaller you want to go here, but that's what I did. I did have to cut it down. So on this side, I'm going to do the same. And I will just line it up to make sure that my papers match up. And then I will do the same on this side. So I was mentioning earlier that our Stamping Up Retired list is out for the annual catalog. And I was looking through my stamps. And so I think over the next probably couple of weeks, I will be showcasing some of the stamps that are retiring. Maybe some of the bundles, but definitely some stamps, to give you some ideas before they go, kind of the last minute fun project ideas. And I'm going to probably focus more on some techniques to do with our stamping. I love techniques. Oh my gosh, there are a lot of techniques out there, a lot. So it's something you can definitely keep learning. And I want to make sure I put this strip in here and that I don't glue it down. Hopefully I left enough room on the top. Now that I have ink on my, I'm not ink. Now that I have glue on me. And I will carefully slide that in. Line up my paper. And voila. A little crooked there. All right, that looks pretty good. Pretty good. So, hi Mary. Thanks for joining me today. I am now going to show you this side as to what my papers will look like. So over here, I have photographs going in the other direction. Now, I do love taking pictures, and I do take them both in the this orientation. I can't think what it's called. Landscape and the portrait orientation. So I do have both, and I really try all the time to turn my camera and make sure I get both. So with this one, I did have to cut down the photograph. It should have been 4 inches, and all I did was cut these down to 3.5. And the reason I did that was because of my black strip here. I wanted it to somewhat line up. So, and I wanted this picture to hang on over it. But I didn't want it to be too long, because then it would have gone all the way over the top of this black. It would have hung down here, so I didn't necessarily want it to do that. So with this, it will hang very nicely, and I can even push that picture up just a little bit more and have a little space in between there. So that's what that's going to look like. Again, this one is 12 inches by 2.5. And we will pop that up. See if I will have glue on here. I'll cover it up with a star. That is the nice thing, is if you make a mistake, you just bring out your dies or your punches and cover it up. That's how I roll. All right, let's get that on there straight. Let's see. That looks good. But I did get a little glue here, so I'll keep my hand away from that. Normally I'll stick my hand in it and my fingers, and then everything sticks to you. So here we have the family. Kyle was very blessed to have both his grandfathers there. And I'm going to put him up here because we're showcasing him. And then I have this photograph that will come down below. And then I have one more block over here. And with this one, what I did was I made this one also in the landscape orientation. I just kind of wanted to fill up this whole area. This pictures, though, these photographs, I did keep them at 6 inches long. So most of the time, I don't do a ton of cropping. It really just depends on my layout. But I love having these that are very, very easy with just a tiny bit of cutting. And then I'm not really worried about lining it up to this picture, but you can if that is something that would bother you. For me, I'm fine. Pictures on there, it looks fine to me. And I'm just so happy to be scrapbooking. Alrighty, so we've got our photograph here of the family. Kyle looking pretty happy on his graduation day. Has a mechanical engineer. So happy for him, so proud. Alrighty, then this photo, my block for this photo, I did crop this one down, and I had to just find that perfect picture that went in the right orientation. And I thought that was really nice. So I'm going to glue this on. And I might leave this laying flat. I did pop this one up, but I think on this one, I'll just leave it laying flat. Nice and easy. Let's see if that's straight. Yes. Looks straight. And then we'll go ahead and put some glue on the back. You can draw your initials. You can do all sorts of fun things with this glue. I'm very easily entertained. All right, let's put this down. And there we go. Sometimes I'll have like a dry washcloth or a cloth, and then just, instead of having my hands all over everything, I do get my photos matte finish so that they're not, my fingerprints don't usually show up as badly on the matte finish. So if you can see this, I'm hoping you can see this in the camera. Oh yes, I'm sorry, my lighting needs to be worked on here. There we go. So I am now going to finish this off by popping up some stars, and I have a couple of things that I die cut out. This is going to be a really super easy project for you to finish. I mean, for you to copy. Sorry, I got to take this vest off. That zipper keeps scraping the table here and making funny noises. Alrighty, let's go ahead. I die cut out a bunch of stars, and I am going to just dump them on my table because it'll be easier for me to see. They're in a little bowl here. But I die cut out a bunch of stars, and I am going to go ahead and pop them up around, and then we'll glue them on. That way we can kind of see which ones we're working with. So this one I want to put here, and then I have a couple of bigger ones. I had laid it out earlier just to see what it would look like, but I don't remember. So that's the fun thing. It's all kind of a willy-nilly. Let's just do it. Let's just put it all together. So I have some die cut letters, and I was really excited. I have a million pictures. I tend to be that person with the camera that has a trigger finger. Yeah, that's me. So what I did was I took one of the photos, because I have a better one of the two of them. That's Kyle and his dad. I have a better picture of the two of them where they both turned around. So, oh, there's a pelican in there. I just saw that. That's pretty funny. Might be a statue. But anyway, so what I did was I die cut the letters and the numbers right out of the photograph, because a lot of times you end up throwing scraps of your pictures away and you're thinking, oh, I should have used that, because I mean, the coloring isn't perfect, but I loved the idea of being able to use the scraps of the photo. So he went to San Luis Obispo, so they always call it SLO or slow. That's what they call it out there. And he graduated, like I said, okay, I'm a little behind, but he graduated in 2000. Oops, I just realized I cut the wrong, no, I didn't. Haha. These are a little different in sizes, and I'm thinking, wow, what did I do? So we have our year 2010 that I die cut out. And then I have San Luis Obispo. And I already had the school name up here, so I didn't worry too much about that. But I'm going to glue that all on and add an extra little star over here. So I'm just going to finish it off by adding a few stars here and there. And I'm so proud of him. He worked really hard for this degree. And of course, anybody that graduates from college works very hard. So very proud. Anyway, this is how I'm going to finish it off. And I have one more thing I want to add to it. So are you a scrapbooker? Let me know in the comments if you are a scrapbooker, because I have so many friends that will tell me, oh, I used to scrapbook, but I really don't do it anymore. And I am really trying hard to keep it alive. I offer scrapbooking classes because I feel like so many people need to tell their stories. They need to get those pictures off their phones, and everybody does. And you can even make some beautiful cards. I'm going to show you a card I made out of a photograph. Again, it's a picture of Kyle, but it is just so cool. I'm going to pop up these stars, give it a little bit of height over the top here. There we go. And how about I just glue this one down, put a little glue on there. All right, let me see what you guys can see in the camera. Oh, pretty good. Hi, Jennifer. And then I'll put this down here. And then I have that. And then I just have to glue on my little letters. Now, I did it for the card, but I wasn't thinking when I cut these out. I should have used our adhesive paper that you can put on behind and then make like a sticker. So all I would have had to do is pull off the paper, and it would have been like a sticker. I am not left-handed, so I don't know why I'm trying to do it that way. Oops, that's not straight. Ah, there we go. And I know I have glue on the board here because, or on my scrapbook page, because I dropped the piece I was gluing. So I'll have to go back over that or put something on it to cover it up. I don't want it to be too tacky. That star's on. And then I'm just going to put a tiny dab of glue. That's the other reason I love this glue, is I can really work well with it. Okay, we have our two. There we go. All right, you guys, you got to stay tuned because I am going to be, you don't scrapbook? Oh, thanks, Tina. But I am going to be showing you this card in a second. As soon as my glue behaves, there it goes. I don't want to put too much on because then I'll have an ooey gooey mess. Ooey gooey gluey mess. And that would not be a good thing. Almost done. So my card will use the stars and the letters again and a photograph, like I said. So I can't wait. See, my fingers are all sticky. So it's stuck to my fingers. That's pretty funny, but that looks like it's too high. Bring it down. Bring it down lower. Whew. Did it. So I loved my cutting out the dies on my photographs so that I could use that up. It was funny because I had cut it out in white. That still looks too high. I had cut the letters and the numbers out in white, and it didn't like it. And I wanted the stars to kind of pop out. So I thought that looked better. Can you see how that looks? All right. So the last thing I want to do is I die cut out. I was hoping that I had some like bigger dies to work, but I cut out hooray and happy from our well-written dies. And I thought these would be really cute to just add on here. Hooray and happy, hooray, whatever we want to just add another little sentiment to my board. So I think I'll just go with hooray and dot this on because, like I said, I forgot to use my adhesive sheets. But you guys, those really do work great. I speak it. I have them. And they're safely in my drawer. Not to worry, they are safe and not being used today, but that's all right. So let's put a big hooray. Aww. Yay. And I'll let that dry. So I can go back later and take off my glue that I put down here. But do you love it? So that's my 2-page spread for my nephew Kyle. And you can always make one of these a journaling block if you wanted to write like a lot of notes. I have a stack of a ton of pictures over there. So I will be scrapbooking more and then I can journal on one of the other ones. But I just wanted to show you. Oh, I don't have a small star. But if I did have a small star, you can also pop a white one up in here. But I think I thought I cut out a couple more, but I didn't. But anyways, you can always add layers of stars too. So that's my scrapbook page. Yay! I love it. I love it. All right, let me show you the card. I'm going to do this one card for you. And like I said, I'm very, very excited. Today will be the graduation page, 2-page spread, and my card. So let me see. All right, I have a piece of black cardstock. I'm sorry, there is such a shadow here. I need to work on that. But I have a piece of black cardstock. It's 8.5 by 5.5. I've scored it at 1 inch here, and I've also scored it at 4 1/4. So it's going to fold simply in half. And let me grab my bone folder and make sure I get that straight. Nothing like having an off folded card. So I want to make sure that's nice and straight. And then I'm going to fold this one inward. I'm creating a nice pocket because this is going to be where you can put a gift card or you could put money. Just, you're going to slip it right in there. So let me show you what I did. Where is it? Right here. I have some of our tearable tape and you can pull it off and you can tear it. That's why it is tearable. And so I always love the play on words. I normally do, well, I am going to tear it. Sometimes it doesn't come out really, perfectly straight, but I can always fold it back after I take it off. So all I need to do is glue my fingers together. All I need to do is just put it on these two sides because I am now creating a little pocket. Boy, that stuff is sticky. And it is simply going to come down like that. And that's my pocket. That's how easy that is. So you want to go ahead and take your tape off. I love using our pick tool to get that little white piece of the covering of the tape off. And I want to make sure I press it in the middle. And then now I have a nice, cool little pocket. All right. So let me go ahead and finish here. So I have a picture of Kyle. And what I did was I measured this area and went ahead and cut a white piece I knew it was going to be close, but with this photograph that I had, it was going to be very close as well. So I couldn't really crop any more off, but it's perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. This is 5 1/4 inches tall. And this particular piece is 3 1/8. It's going to depend on your photograph as to what size you're going to cut it. So I am going to go ahead and glue this down. And then I'm going to open it up because I need to get it really closely to that score area. There we go. And now I'm going to just glue Kyle on. Here you go, honey. Now I could have used dimensionals behind the white and popped him up, but I didn't think of that until just now. So he is going to just lay right on top there and make sure that looks kind of straight. Ooh, that's the nice thing about this glue is it'll move for a second, but then it's down. So I have to make sure I work kind of quickly. All right, then again, I just have to rub that on there. All righty, next I have my inside piece that I am going to glue down. Now, you guys, you can make these birthday cards. You can make them, you can make a pretty wedding card. You can use all sorts of things to make your little pocket to add gift card, check, money. Cash is always good, right? Who doesn't love cash? So that always works. All right, now, one thing I did forget to cut out, and I'm going to do that super fast. As soon as I find my letters. I wanted to cut out the graduating year again, but I am going to put, well, I guess I'll do 2010, even though I already sent him his check. I'm not that late. Let's see, 2010. All right, let me cut this out really fast because I forgot. I wanted that to be done. And then I will show you my idea. So over here, we have the year. And then I'll move this away so I don't dump it on the floor. I need one more 0. Let's see. Here's my 0. Alrighty. So now I have the word grad, and on the inside, I am going to, and you guys are going to laugh, I did use the adhesive sheet on this one because I remembered, and I had some in the drawer. So once you pull the backing off, it's now a little sticker. So let me go ahead and pull them off because I want to kind of be able to line them up. But I'm going to put this part right here on my flap, and then I'm going to put the year down the other way, down here. So look how cool this is. You could put somebody's last name. These dies that I'm using, the Alpha and the Playful one, with the numbers and the letters are perfect. They really, really are. All right, let's go. I kind of want to start in the middle because then I could get my spacing down. Although it might not be perfect anyway, but you get the idea. Grad. Grad. Move this one over. And you guys, it makes it so much faster when you use the stickers. Well, when you make your own sticker. Because it's so much easier. Look at that. You just don't have to worry about dotting the glue and making a mess. But isn't that cool? All right, so now we have Kyle, we have grad, and then I'm going to add the year. Yes, I know it was 2010, but that's all right. It's all good. And I'm just going to put a couple dots of glue on here. Note to self, adhesive sheets are much easier. How fun is this? You could do this for, like I said, somebody's birthday, and you could put their year, their name, and then put the year on the inside flap. Oh my goodness, come out glue. I don't want it to come out too fast because then I'll have a big mess. But you could put their name or their age on the flap. Of course, that's if it's a kid. Some of us don't want our age on the flap. Just saying. Some of us don't care, but some of us might not want our age on the flap. But if it's for a child, it would be appropriate. Oh, come back here. What do you think? Are you loving it? Oh, almost done. And I will add one more part to this to make it all legit. Okay, 2 seconds here. Gotta add this part. Of course I don't have a bigger bill. But see, what you're going to do is you're going to take your money and you can fold it up and you can put it right inside or a gift card. And now you have a really nice graduation card for the graduate. It can be, like I said, birthday. Just get those pictures out of your phones and print them. I forgot I wanted to stamp in here too. Oh, I have my stack of stamps that are going to be retiring, and this was one of them. And I was very excited to pull it out while I still can and use it. So this is a friend like you or a friend like you. It also has some dies, but I loved this stamp that says, "Here's to celebrating you." And what I wanted to do is make sure that when I stamp this, that I don't stamp it too far over here. So I am going to be stamping it off center so it looks good. That way it's not, like I said, hanging out over the flap when I when I go to close it. All right, let me make sure I got this full of ink. Stamp that away. There we go. All right, now I can add my stamp right about there. Looks nice. Yay. Might even be straight. And the last thing I wanted to do, you could put like a star where your 0 would be, but I wanted to add a couple stars on here because I just thought that would make a nice little finish. So I'm going to finish it off with a couple of my die cut stars, and my card for a graduation is done. And I know sometimes we look in the catalog and go, oh, there's no graduation set. Well, then we just have to make our own. If there's no graduation set, just have to make our own. So here we go. Ta-da! I'm holding it up so I can see it, but I guess I better hold it so you can see it. You know, it's almost 5 o'clock, and it's probably 5 o'clock somewhere. Just saying. All right, here again. Thank you for watching. I want to show you my scrapbook pages. I'll move all my stuff out of the way. I do have a website, candystampers.com. I have a host code through today, and you can always place an order through my site. But let me show you my scrapbook pages and my nephew's card. I am not years off from sending it. He actually got one. Again, I just had to use his photograph because it was such a perfect layout for me and a perfect opportunity for me to pull out my pictures. So thanks for watching. I hope you love this, and I hope you pull out some of your photographs and get them printed. My next live will be next week. Hi, Carol. Will be next Wednesday on the 7th of April. Can you believe it? Tomorrow's April Fool's. And this Sunday is Easter. So happy Easter to you. I hope you enjoy your Easter. Oh, while thinking that, this was a card I did a while back, but I'm not going to make it. I just had to share it. It's using the stitch dies, and how adorable is that? It's got a little heart, some circle punches, and it is just stinking cute. I was looking through some things the other day and came across it. So happy Easter. Thanks for watching. I will see you next week for more stamping fun at 4/11 next Wednesday. Thank you. Have a great weekend and a wonderful, wonderful Easter weekend. Dina, I can't believe you're going to be 50. You're just a baby. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.